Come to chat with an old woman, hmm? Do your good deed for the day? Do you like horses? You should visit the stables. I own them, you see, and our stock is excellent. My friend Maven and I... Have you met Maven in Riften? We know our place in this world. Know the place of others, too. Well, hello.
Halt! City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you. Brigands I can handle. But this talk of dragons? World gone mad, I say.
Take pity, sir, and spare me if
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle. Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside. Aye, that I do. I've got to, if I hope to be as good as Yorland Greymane someday. In fact, I just finished my best piece of work. It's a sword. I made it for the Jarl, Balgroof the Greater. It's a surprise. I don't even know if he'll accept it, but... Listen, could you take the sword to my father, Proventus Avenici? He's the Jarl's steward. He'll know the right time to present it to him. Thanks. Plenty. I'd say we're prosperous enough. Most folk don't go hungry, if they're willing to work hard. The city's ruled by the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. That's the fortress there, up on the tall hill. But you're probably more interested in your Vasker, Mead Hall of the Companions. Their deeds of war and valor are legendary. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Come to chat with an old woman, hmm? Do your good deed for the day? Do you like horses? You should visit the stables. I own them, you see. My friend Maven and I... Have you met Maven in Riften? We know our place in this world. Know the place of others, too. Yes?
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
I work with my mother.
Isolde, was it? What brings you to the market?
I'm here to buy food, Nazim. I suppose you don't need to worry about that.
Owning a farm does have its advantages.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead. And the braggart did
If it's
swagger
work you
and
need,
brandish his
how about
weapons as
chopping
he
up
told
some
of
wood
both
for the
battles and
fires?
gold he had
Honest
made.
gold for honest work.
But then he went quiet, did Ragnar the Red, when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said, "Oh, you talk and you lie.
Yes,
and you
Mum?
drink all our mead. Now
Certainly,
I think
Mum.
it's high time that you lie down and bleed." And so then
Here,
came
take a
clashing
look
and
at
slashing
this.
of steel
Some
as
of the
brave
Jarl's
lass
men
Matilda
came by and
charged
left
in
this
full
bounty
seal.
letter.
And the braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more.
I assume you saw the Gildergreen? Big tree, all burnt up, in the middle of the Wind District? It's part of the Temple of Kinnareth. People want Danica to do something about it, but I don't know what they expect. Have you seen that shrine of Asura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see. People say there is someone in Riften that can change your face, make you look completely different. Do you believe that? The companions? In Jorvaskr? They're recruiting new members from what I hear. Sure thing, it's yours for a day. Magic is for the weak. Elves, I mean. They keep to that college in Winterhold. They know their place. Of course, there is Farengar. He might be the Jarl's wizard, but at least he's a Nord. I should have guessed as much. Your kind sticks to that college in Winterhold. As well they should. You'd never think to learn from a Nord like the Jarl's wizard. I'll show you to your room, right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Foolish old woman. You know nothing. Nothing of our struggles, our suffering.
Nothing. And what of my son, hmm? What of Thorald? Is he nothing? So don't talk to me about suffering.
Your son chose his side and he chose poorly, and now he's gone. Such is the way of war. The sooner you accept his loss, the better.
I will never accept his death. My son still lives. I feel it in my heart. So tell me, Battleborns, where is he? Where are you holding my Thorald?
Do you believe this old hag? Holding him? Why, I've got him in my cellar. He's my prisoner. Face it, Cow. Your stupid son is dead. He died a storm-cloaked traitor. And you best keep your mouth shut before you suffer the same.
Come on, Father. There's nothing more to be said here.
Tired of bread and stew? Had enough?
Staying out of trouble, kinsman?
Yourself and your kin to a choice cut of steak or a tender rack of ribs.
Ralia, do you ever deal with the Khajiit at all? I'm sure they would love to trade in your husband's
Chops
steel.
and steaks fit
Plenty
for a
of
Jarl.
people here
Come
can
and
need
see
your
my
lunch
selection.
craftsmanship, my dear. We've never had any reason to deal with those caravans of theirs.
Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the bannered mare from Hulda. Before my ma and Da passed, I told them that one day I'd become the best trader in Skyrim. I met one of the caravan leaders, Madron. He said he'd help me get started if I could bring him a mammoth's tusk. Easier said than done. You'd do that? If you find one, I could teach you a thing or two about trading. Help you get a fair bargain in the future? About the same as everyone else? They're the catfolk of Elsewhere. Great warriors, good traders. Way I hear it, Elsewhere ain't nothing like Skyrim. It's got tropical forests and dusty badlands. It sounds awful.
That's what you always say.
Yeah, these Khajiit make a living traveling the roads and selling their wares. It's got to be tough. Skyrim's a hard enough land when you've got a roof over your head. Worst thing is, nobody wants them in the cities. Nobody trusts them. Reputation mostly. A lot of Khajiit turn to smuggling and thievery to get by. A few bad apples spoil the bunch. You know how it is. Farewell.
Tired of bread and stew? Had enough of fish and fowl? Treat yourself and your kin to a choice cut of steak or a tender rack of ribs.
Come to chat with an old woman, hmm? Do your good deed for the day. Bits and baubles
and fresh
for
vegetables
sale.
for sale.
All crafted by the best blacksmith in Skyrim.
I work with my mother.
Life's
Sell
hard
fruits and
enough with all these men
vegetables. It's
propositioning
fun
me.
most days.
But that bard is the worst. That bard Mikhail is begging for a dagger up against his throat, the way he goes on about me. I heard him boasting at the Bannered Mare, saying he'll conquer me as a true Nord conquers any harsh beast. Huh. If you want to try, go right ahead. I don't think anything will get through that thick skull of his, though.
Treat yourself and your kin to a choice cut of steak or a tender rack of ribs.
You've got no idea. Half the men in Whiterun have proposed to me. Some were even single. They'll never understand. No amount of flowers or honeyed words are going to change my mind. Right now, all that matters is my daughter Mila. No man's going to get between me and my little girl.
I've got a recipe for venison.
Remember, fresh fruit and vegetables every day.
Certain. I'll be sure to bring some back for you the next time I go hunting.
Make it quick, and there might be a bowl of hot stew in it for you.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
If it's a lady you're looking for, you best look elsewhere. Once Mikhail gets them, they're got. Carlotta put you up to this, didn't she? I'm sorry, but that fiery widow is mine. She just doesn't know it yet. What did you just say? All I heard was a sound of jealousy. I don't have to take that from you. Come on, let's see what you're made of.
I'm getting
Damn you.
Get away with this!
Not the best you can do.
Keep those hands up.
Disgrace to your own kind.
Don't let him get
Who
away
taught
with
you to
this!
fight? Keep those hands up.
You know how to throw a punch, I'll give you that. You win. On my honor, Carlotta won't have to worry about me ever again.
Ripe fruit and fresh vegetables for sale. Really? You convinced that lute player to stop chasing me? I'd thank the gods, but I'll settle for thanking you. Here's some coin for your help. Take care of yourself.
All crafted by the great Eorlund, Greymane himself.
Do you have anything even remotely fresh?
I can assure you it's all fresh. I hunt the game myself every day.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything.
This
or
is an
take a seat
ode to
by the fire
Skyrim's
and I'll send
staunch
someone
protectors, the Imperials. We drink to our youth, to days come and gone, for the age of aggression is just about done. We'll drive out the stormcloaks and restore what we own. With our blood and our steel, we will take back our home. Down with Ulfric, the killer.
If it's work you're looking for,
On the day
Hulda's the one to talk to.
we'll drink and we'll sing. We're the children of Skyrim and we fight all our lives. And when Sovngarde beckons, every one of us dies. But this land is ours, and we'll see it wiped clean of the scourge that has sullied.
Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the bannered mare from Hulda.
Chops and steaks fit for a Jarl. Come and see my
Thank you. This should turn that old cat's gaze. Maybe I'll be able to become a caravaneer myself one day. As promised, let me show you a thing or two about bargaining. Don't want some shifty merchant giving you a raw trade. I'll never forget you.
Ripe fruit and fresh vegetables for...
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
It's a shame, isn't it? The Gildergreen, yes. It's a bit of an eyesore at the moment. More of a problem for the pilgrims than for me, but not many of them around anymore. To the east of here is a hidden grove where the Eldergleam resides. It's the oldest living thing in Skyrim, maybe all of Tamriel. Our tree here in the city was grown from a cutting of that tree. You can still feel the glory of the mother tree through it. Even its name is an echo. I've thought about that. Trees like this never really die, they only slumber. I think if we had some of the sap from the parent tree, we could wake up its child. But even if you could get to the Eldergleam, you couldn't tap it. Not with any normal metal. Eldergleam is older than metal, from a time before men or elves. To even affect it, you have to tap into the old magic. You'll have to deal with the Hagravens. I've heard about the weapon they've made for sacrificing Spriggans. It's called Nettlebane. The hags terrify me, or I would have gone after it myself. Your spirit is strong. Kinnereth's winds will guide your path. It's held in a Hagraven nest called Orphan Rock.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a... full of mead.
So rise up, children of the Empire. Rise up, Stormcloaks. Embrace the word of mighty Talos, he who is both man and divine. For we are the children of man, and we shall inherit both heavens and earth. And we, not the elves or their toadies, will rule Skyrim forever! Terrible and powerful Talos, we, your unworthy servants, give praise, for only through your grace and benevolence may we truly reach enlightenment. We are...
I ain't done nothing. Only if I can help it. But damn if I ain't almost sober. Hey, in the Bannered Mare, there's this bottle of Argonian ale. The good stuff. Get it for me. They won't even know it's gone. Come on. Argonian ale. I can almost taste it. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
Good day.
I breathe now in royalty and reshape this land.
I'm the commander of the guard here in Whiterun.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
tired of bread and stew. I had enough of fish and fowl. Treat yourself.
Forever! Talos the mighty, Talos the unerring, Talos the unassailable. To you,
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some mead.
deserve our praise you do.
Well, would you look at that? Argonian ale. My thanks, friend. Here, take this here healing potion. I, found it in the temple.
But as man! Ah, you were once man. Aye.
Yes, yes.
And as man, you
Find
said,
myself a drink.
let me show you the power of Talos Storm Crown, born of the North, where my bread is drawn.
Well, there's no telling what we do. Nothing? My lord, please. This is no time for rash action. I just think we need more information before we act. I just...
Who's this then?
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgrup is not receiving visitors. Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes? Really? You're certainly forthright about your criminal past. But it's none of my concern who the Imperials want to execute, especially now. What I want to know is, what exactly happened at Helgen? I should have guessed Ulfric would be mixed up in this. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls? Against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
That is a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons. Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. Straight to the point, eh? No need for tedious hows and whys. I like that. Leave those details to your betters, am I right? I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself. An old tomb, built by the ancient Nords, perhaps dating back to the Dragon War itself. Ah, maybe you just want to know how to get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here. I'm sure some of the locals can point you in the right direction once you get there. Well, must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources. Reliable sources. I'm not surprised you've never heard of it. Even I used to think it was just a myth. But not anymore. The Dragon War was a real event, although only the barest glimmer of the actual events has come down to us. Far back in the Mythic era, the dragons were worshipped as gods in Skyrim. Many of the monumental ruins that still dot the landscape were in fact built as temples to the dragons. The details are lost, but at some point, the Nords rebelled. After a long and terrible war, the Nords overthrew their dragon overlords. Oh no, many were killed, of course, but many survived into historical times. Why, this very palace was built by one of Balgruf's ancestors to hold a captive dragon. Hence its name, Dragon's Reach. Sadly, no. My work affords me few opportunities for such an adventure. Perhaps some hero will bring one to Dragon's Reach, like old Olaf one I once did. What a fascinating conversation that would be. I believe I am, yes. Technically speaking, of course. The city is also home to a priest, priestess, an alchemist, and I'm sure others who practice. Ah, that reminds me. Speaking of alchemists, I have some frost salts for Arcadia. She asked me to obtain them for one of her potions. Would you be so kind as to deliver the frost salts for me? I'm sure Arcadia will provide some form of recompense. Good. You're clearly better suited than I am to carry out such a menial task. I'll put it simply, so you'll understand. I advise the Jarl in matters of magic. If the Hold is faced with any threats or mysteries of a magical nature, I am called upon to explain things and suggest a course of action. Hopefully that answer will satisfy you. Good day.
This is a priority now. Anything we can use to fight this dragon, or dragons, we need it quickly, before it's too late.
Of course, Jarl Balgruf. You seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure he will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt.
Oh, I thought you were already on your way to Bleak. Ah, student of the craft. You'll need to start by learning an enchantment. Take an enchanted weapon or piece of armor, then use the arcane enchanter to learn its secrets. The item is destroyed in the process, so be wary. Once you know an enchantment, you'll need a filled soul gem and something to enchant. You'll use the arcane enchanter for that too. Of course, I have everything you need for sale if you have the coin. If I said that was a tedious question, would you be smart enough to know what I meant? Probably not. As long as I'm left alone to pursue my research, I don't care who gives the orders. Now, I'm a busy man, and your pointless questions are boring me terribly. Good day.
I serve Jarl Balgruuf as steward. From Adrian? Ah, this must be that weapon for the Jarl. Poor girl. So eager to prove herself. I'll present it to Balgruuf when his mood is agreeable. Thank you. Please, take these few coins for services rendered. Enjoy. Divines bless you. May the ground you walk... Ah, splendid. Our fine city has a proud history, and I'm happy to share what I know. The history of Whiterun begins with your Vasker, the Hall of the Companions. For a long time, it was the only building on the mountain. As time passed, a thriving community sprang up around your Vasker, as was common with mead halls. Today, Whiterun is the jewel of Skyrim. I can say without boast that it is the greatest city in all the holds. That is an old tale, but well known to those of us who serve in the keep. Long ago, there lived a mighty hero of the Nords, Olaf One-Eye. Olaf did battle with a fearsome dragon named Numenex. The struggle between Olaf and the dragon culminated in a mighty duel atop Mount Anthor, with Olaf the victor. Olaf returned in triumph to Whiterun. By his decree, the city's keep was rebuilt as a prison for Numenex, and so, from that time until this, our great keep has been called Dragon's Reach. Well, there are 3 of them, arranged in 3 tiers, as you may have noticed. The Plains District is so named because it's the closest of the 3 to the plains that surround the city. The inn and marketplace are found there. Most of the city's residents live in the Wind District, which is the middle of the 3. Dragon's Reach occupies the highest, which we call the Cloud District. From here, the Jarl can see all that goes on within his city. Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach.
Another wanderer, here to lick my father's boots. Good job.